When talking about the Cleveland Browns, there tends to be a first overall pick that gets a lot of the credit, and rightfully so, as Baker Mayfield has been playing very well. However, I want to talk about a different first overall pick, and that guy is Myles Garrett. He's quickly turned into a dominant force, and let me show you how he can be so effective with this play. Right now, Tampa Bay is on their own 1 yard line, so it's crucial for them to gain some yards. Tampa Bay is going to have their left tackle block an interior lineman, and then they're going to send Anthony Auclair up to block Myles Garrett. Tampa Bay is also going to pull their left guard over to block the other Brown in that area, and to have a fullback running forward, meaning that this should be a no-risk play for Tampa Bay. Either they create a big enough hole that Peyton Barber is able to run and get a decent amount of yards, or worst case scenario, there should still be enough Buccaneers in the area that they can power through and get past the line of scrimmage and still not have it be a safety. However, take a look at Garrett on this play. The whole point of this play is to get Garrett in that direction, which would take him out of play. However, he's going to do such a great job of moving forward and not allowing himself to get over to the right side of the screen. Because of this, the line of scrimmage has now essentially been moved 2 yards back. While Tampa Bay is going to have their fullback and Peyton Barber run straight through Garrett to try to muscle their way out of the end zone, it's not going to be enough, and it was all set up because of Myles Garrett's strength. While Myles Garrett is a really talented player, that doesn't mean he can't make mistakes, like on this play for example. As you see, Myles Garrett is in the 9 technique on this play, and you really have 2 options from this technique. The first option is to just crash through and try to hit the quarterback, and if you are doing that, typically the tackle responsible for blocking you would want to be about right there. Your other option is to try to get inside of the tackle. Now that's a risky play because if you do that, it could give up containment. However, it could also be an easy way to get past that tackle. And if you are a tackle who's worried about that happening, you might end up being about right there. However, watch what happens on this play. Buccaneers left tackle Donovan Smith is going to creep to his right. This is going to make Myles Garrett think that he has a straight shot towards the quarterback. However, it's a running play, not a passing play. So Myles Garrett is now kind of caught in no man's land. If he continues to try to get around Donovan Smith, it's just going to completely take him out of the play. However, he can't run straight to the running back now because Donovan Smith is in the way and now he's in good position to make a block in this situation. It was really just a mental mistake by Garrett, and it's kind of one of those young player mistakes that you wouldn't see a veteran do. It's far from the end of the world, but it is probably something he's going to want to take a look at and try to improve on in the offseason. But for every one of those plays, there's about 10 great plays, and here's a good example of a great play. Once again, he's in the 9 technique, and as I've alluded to earlier, typically out of this technique, the real way to win is to just crash right past the tackle. You want to get as close to the tackle while still being able to get past him, and then be able to get to the quarterback. So typically if you're a left tackle, the real way to stop this is if you want to be about right there. The other option for Garrett is he could try to go around Donovan Smith and then try to get to the quarterback that way. Now, one of the key problems with this is it's going to take you a lot longer to get around someone than it is to just get through them, as it takes more time for you to run around. However, Garrett's quick enough that he still trusts himself and he's going to try to get through. As you see, he is able to get around Donovan Smith, and Smith can't make a great block in this situation. Look at the way Myles Garrett's body is angled. I mean, he's almost in a 45-degree angle with the ground. He's completely turned over to one side, which is going to make it a lot easier for him to then get to Jameis Winston and try to get a sack. There's an upside and a downside to this. The upside, of course, is that it allows you to get to the quarterback much faster. However, the downside is it becomes a lot more difficult for you to keep balance, and it could easily result in you falling over. But Myles Garrett has good enough balance, and he's strong enough that he's still able to get over and ends up knocking the ball out of Jameis Winston's hands. It really showed off how athletic he is, and I think this play will even do a better job of showing how athletic he is. On this play, Alfred Blue is going to run a flat route to the left side of the screen, and what he's also going to do in this play is sort of get in the way of Myles Garrett. He's not fully blocking him, but he's just going to slow him down a little. Because Garrett's now going to be slowed down, the left tackle Davenport is now in good position, as if Garrett tries to get behind him, Davenport can easily be in that area. However, if Garrett tries to get over him, Davenport can still just move up, and it's a lot easier to move up and make a block than it is to move backwards or sideways and make a block. This is a good situation for Houston. Davenport has a good chance of being able to make a block here. Typically, to make this block work, Davenport will want to have his left hand on Myles Garrett's right shoulder pad, and then have his right hand on Garrett's left pec. However, look at what Garrett's going to do here. He just reaches out with one arm and doesn't allow Davenport to get great hand placement. Now, this is a good thing and a bad thing for Garrett, as the bright side, of course, is that Davenport doesn't exactly have great hand position. However, the bad thing is now Garrett can only use one arm to try to push Davenport backwards. But even with that, he's so strong, he's still able to push Davenport backwards and then grabs Watson with his other hand and takes him down. I mean, this is an all-time great sack in my opinion. This is just a pure show of athleticism and strength, and it really shows how talented Myles Garrett is. This Cleveland Browns team is absolutely looking like they could be a very good team in the upcoming years, and Myles Garrett is a huge reason for that.